That's usually why guys say that I'm so good at giving brain is because I keep the tempo going. No matter what I'm doing, if I'm switching my hands to my mouth, back and forth, I keep the same tempo. Welcome back. It's your host, Halli Smith, for another episode of Girl Core. Have you guys seen it? Am I the only one losing my shit over this? This is John Gries with Jacquemus. Have you guys seen the photos? If you guys know, John Gries, he is the guy who played Greg and Gary in White Lotus. He plays the guy that Tana is with, and in the new season, he plays the main old rich guy. I don't want to spoil anything if you haven't seen White Lotus, but he plays this older man, unattractive, no sex appeal, nothing. He's a little bit bald, he's older, he looks like 50s. No way was I wanting to go to Pound Town with him until Jacquemus releases this photo shoot and then bam. First of all, he's posed with a bunch of bananas. Bananas have a lot of innuendos with Mr. John posing with a bunch of bananas. And then they have like these super hot vintage car. He's like leaning against it. He is ripped. Mr. Man from White Lotus, Gary, is ripped. I mean, six pack. He is older, but man is keeping it going. I think actually him and Miss, what's her name? I want a hot dog real bad. Her name, she's Tanya in the show. What is her actual name? Jennifer Coolidge. Jennifer Coolidge actually dated for a bit in real life because they played co-stars together, lovers on the series. But they actually dated in real life. And at first I was like, girl, what? But now that I've seen him in the Jacquemus promotion, it's insane. He's ripped. I'm like, okay, go Miss Coolidge, go get that man. It just shows that with obviously a designer brand and amazing stylists, you can make anybody hot. He went from like, okay, to like all of a sudden John Gries is giving DILF. Him and little Jacquemus, they knew what they were doing. Those bananas, a lawnmower, and he's in the air, kind of riding it almost, rusting in the air. The back is filled with bananas. This photo shoot, guys, I'm gonna add some photos. It's female gaze, the thrusting, the hips, the bananas, the style. There's this really cute photo where he's holding these tulips. Everything is so tasteful and well done. And it really shows. You can't judge a book by its cover. With a good outfit, a good haircut, anybody can look cute. Obviously, he's wearing designer clothes. He has the best stylist on hand and an amazing photographer. This photo shoot is insane because how did they turn this man that had zero sex appeal into a motherfucking DILF? Now I would tap that. Maybe I'd let him hit. Mr. John, he can get it now because of this photo shoot. With a little sprucing up, anybody can look good. Honestly though, it really does prove that money makes you hotter. People with money, actors, actresses, even really rich influencers are just hotter because they have the money to make themselves hotter. They can have nonstop facials, the best skincare products, dietitians, health, anything they want. They can get the best stylist, makeup artist, photographer that literally makes them look hotter. If I ever became a billionaire, there will be signs. I will be looking like a Victoria's Secrets model every single day. I will be drop dead gorgeous because I will have money to invest in it. We're on a camera right now. I have lighting everywhere, but my skin is acne prone. I've got breakouts on my face. I was binge eating a bunch of Takis in my weak spot. I saw them and I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy the Takis. I binge ate a bunch of Takis and then my skin broke out, and possibly the giant chocolate cake that I also made and ate. It was my period. I was going through some cravings. I think when you're craving chocolate, that means you need magnesium. I believe that's what you're craving because that's the vitamin deficiency. Skin's breaking out. Wasn't feeling cute. Then I got sick. But if I was rich, if I had money and my skin was breaking out and I ate like shit, I would get one of those like liquid IVs. I would get all this extra facials and skincare. I would go to the dermatologist right away. This is a powerful reminder that your attraction is not just your innate features. You can enhance it with your confidence, with your style, with your presentation. Your self-image really does mean a lot. How you present yourself to the world, you can really change that a lot through taking care of yourself, working out, eating good, making sure your style fits you, that you feel comfortable and confident in your clothing, in yourself. If you're feeling like you're lacking confidence, you are in charge of that. It does show that presentation matters. If my perception can change so much from this man that had zero sex appeal on White Lotus, Mr. Greg, Mr. Gary, and then see this one photo shoot with him from Jacquemus where I'm now literally thirsting over him, it really just shows that if you change your appearance, if you take care of yourself, you can really step out. And you should care about these things because if you look better and feel better, this isn't just about cosmetics or beauty on the outside. I'm talking inside too. You can tell he was feeling himself. Like there's an energy you're radiating when you feel good. Sometimes I can have the cutest outfit, makeup and hair done, and I feel like shit. My confidence is super low. I don't feel that sparkle. I'm at an event and I'm just like, oh, okay, I don't want to be here. I feel super anxious. And then at times when I'm wearing the simplest outfit and practically no makeup, I feel super out there, gorgeous, hot, and I just happen to have my confidence. It's literally the most powerful thing you can wear is your confidence, and to work on that. So whether it be meditation, practicing words of affirmation and positive self-image, and just detoxing a little bit from the social media. Trust me, we're on there all the time. It does hurt your perception of yourself. If I see one more filter that I make myself try on of smaller nose, big nose, thin eyebrows, small eyebrows, face symmetry, oh my gosh, it's gonna wear me out. Because sometimes you just need to detox from that. And remember, confidence is inward, and there's only so much outwardness you can do that's really not going to change it. If you feel ugly inside, you're going to feel ugly outside. Doesn't matter what you're wearing. But that was crazy. Marketing and money can really make any man hot. Watch out, ladies. Speaking of TV shows, though, I was in such a TV slump. Like, nothing was hitting. I could not find one series, one TV show, one movie that I wanted to watch. I would just be scrolling on Netflix, Hulu, HBO, back and forth. Couldn't find one thing. I would just go to bed. This happened for like 2 weeks straight. Me and my man were just like, you pick. Neither of us could pick. Finally, though, Netflix saved me from my TV slump. Guys, this series is so hot. It's like a cozy country TV show that has romance, it has drama, it has murder, it has mystery. It's set in Texas, but what it really has is DILFs and cowboys. Ransom Canyon is just thirst trap central. I don't know what's in the water these days with all the thirst trapping of the DILFs. First, we got John Gries, Mr. White Lotus with Jacquemus, and now we got Ransom Canyon that has me thirsting over a 45-year-old cowboy man. I don't know what's happening. DILFs are in, I guess, this summer. I have this one scene where there's a bull rider. Holy shit. Men better bless their lucky stars. My little Swedish husband better be thanking his heart that I wasn't born in the country. If I was born in Texas or the South, I would be a buckle bunny for a bull rider. Have you guys seen bull riders? Any sport where men are thrusting is inherently sexy. This series has a scene where one of the main heartthrobs, a bit of a bad boy, enters a rodeo competition and he has to, do some bull riding. And he's just talk about endurance. He is riding the shit out of that bull. And I'm just thinking to myself, man, I want him to ride me. It is so freaking hot. It is so fucking sexy. Anybody that's in the country and has like a rodeo life, I'm jealous. I'm from California. Yes, we have rodeos. Yes, we have bull riding, but it's not popular. I haven't even been to a rodeo. I now have on my bucket list, I need to go to a rodeo. Even when I was watching the series, I was blushing next to my man. He's like, what are you smiling at? What are you freaking smiling at? I was like, nothing. I literally saw too, like a TikTok of like bull riders like doing like their stretching and he was just like thrusting like a gate or something. I don't know. Any sport where a man has a thrust is just immediately sexy. But I highly recommend you give the series Ransom Canyon a watch. There's a lot of other juicy bits like murder mystery set behind it. It's honestly such a cozy, easy watch. It kind of just flows by. Thank goodness for Netflix releasing the series all at once. I am so tired of TV shows releasing episodes weekly. In this day and age, I thought the whole point of streaming platforms was so you could binge. I've been watching Last of Us and they release each episode every Sunday and I have to wait a week. And you know what? Sometimes it sucks. Sometimes they have a super boring episode where I'm like, that wasn't even worth waiting a week for. It's like a filler episode, or it's super good and I just want to watch the next one. Just give it to us all at once. I know it's all marketing and money because they want to slow it down to keep people talking about the show and the series. If they do it all at once, then they'll just have a few weeks of everybody talking about it. Whereas if they do it every Sunday, they'll have it every week, which drives me crazy. I'm super excited for Wednesday, the little spooky Addams family. They're going to be releasing that next season. And I'm like, they better freaking release it all at once because I just want to binge it. I'm tired of having to wait. I get bored, I get tired, and then I forget that I'm even watching the show. We got ADHD, we got TikTok brain rot. But no, definitely go watch Ransom Canyon. You will see these bull riders, the DILFs. You will see that endurance. Speaking of endurance and things that make you blush, we need to talk about the aftermath of Pound Town. When your man fills you up and you've got his kids dripping. If you run to the bathroom, hopefully use the restroom and they all come out. So hard to get out of your underwear, ladies. When he finishes in you and then it drips onto your underwear after a quickie, that stain is so hard to get out. I have to wash my bed sheets all the freaking time. So hard to get his frosting stains out of dark bed sheets. This is why if you have white bed sheets, you're winning. You cannot have dark bed sheets if your man is finishing, because if it gets on those sheets, it will stain. I use OxyClean, I spray it down. The stains do not go away. As a mattress actress, I'm filming all the time on the bed, so obviously frosting is getting shot all over the bed. It drips off of me and gets on the bed, and it's hard to get out. It has just like that stench from both of you guys, and then the sweat that makes that weird funky smell after Pound Town. That smell does not leave your sheets. It just sits in there. So that is why I have to wash my sheets all the time as a mattress actress, because I do not want stinky sheets. Not always super pretty. It's the aftermath of Pound Town that gets a little dirty. All right, guys, it's my favorite segment of the episode. We are going to go into Q&A time. You guys have sent me some amazing DMs. Always feel free to DM me on Instagram, or after each episode, there's a Q&A section. If you swipe up on the episode, that you can leave questions there. Me and my boyfriend are going to be long distance after this summer, and I was wondering if you have any tips or experience dealing with long distance. Yes, I have done it. Long distance can be tough just because you guys miss each other and it makes you extra emotional. Sometimes when you need their support and they're just not there, it sucks. It's not always the same digitally. When you're long distance with somebody, if you sense any form of argument forming over text, whether it's just an annoyance, like you're like, oh, that seems kind of like a rude text, call your partner. The biggest arguments happen over text when you're in a long distance relationship because either A, you misunderstand the tone, or B, you guys amp it up a little because it's over text. Each of you feels a little more cocky. Whereas when you call them, they might have just been like, oh no, I had no tone. I was just texting that. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. And then you have that resolved quickly. Hey, what's going on? Because over text, it usually gets more heated. You know, if you're annoyed that like, oh, hey, you didn't text me last night before you went to bed, or you're going to that party and I'm a little bit nervous and you guys are texting back and forth and it's getting aggressive, give them a call. The biggest arguments in long distance are over misunderstanding tone. Try to call each other if you notice a fight breaking out, because that will take it down to notch when you hear their voice or see them on FaceTime. The second thing is you need to set boundaries in a long distance relationship for what you feel comfortable with them going out to parties, bars, events, and things like that. For example, if you're doing long distance and you're in college, it's rough because there's usually frat parties and things at bars and all these other outdoor social events. I would set some boundaries. You can't restrict your partner in college, even if you're long distance. You can't be like, you can never go to a party because you're going to cheat. If you're worried about your partner cheating and you're doing long distance, that's a sign you shouldn't be doing long distance. Now, that's not to say you're not going to feel a little bit nervous. Even if you know this person won't cheat, you still might feel a little bit insecure. But set boundaries for partying and things like that in a long distance relationship. Before you go, if you could just text me, you know, what you're doing, what's the plan, who are you meeting with, kind of lightly, like, hey, I'm going to this frat party. It's on Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and I'll probably be going with my friend Tiffany and Sarah. That way, your partner feels more in the know, because it's the lack of knowledge that makes people freak out. And the same goes for even if you're in an adult relationship and you're doing long distance and they're going to a bar, a party, or an event. Checking in before, during, and after is always best. Just because you're not there, it just makes you feel a little bit more connected. What not to do, though, is if you know your partner has a study hall with friends, a birthday party, or they're going out, don't be the person in the relationship that gets super insecure and just decides to start texting like crazy. Oh, what are you doing now? Why aren't you texting me? That is just going to annoy your partner and also takes away from their experience. They don't want to be on their phone 24/7, ignoring people. It's very disrespectful. It's rude. So remember, you might want to overtext, but instead call your best friend, vent a little, do some homework, go to the gym, stay distracted. When you're in long distance, you need to find healthy ways of coping with being alone, because you're in a relationship, but you're alone again. You guys are going to see each other less. So you need to have hobbies. I feel like when people are in relationships, they kind of become each other's hobby, especially when you're young. You guys only do everything together. Every moment that you have free, you guys hang out together. You can't do that when you're in a long distance relationship. You want to make healthy ways to fill your time. Whether it's joining a run club, going to the gym, going to pottery classes, taking a language course, whatever it may be, reading more books, find something that you can enjoy doing by yourself. That way you're not dependent on them all the time to fill your time. Your only hobby can't be texting, calling, FaceTiming them. If you text all day throughout your entire day, morning to night, and then you guys FaceTime, you're going to notice that during that FaceTime, you don't have a lot to talk about. So during long distance, it's good to give yourself, guys, breather time, okay? Let things happen. Let moments take place so that when they do talk to you, they have something to talk about. You don't have to FaceTime every single night. Every other night, every 2 days is a perfect way to talk and catch up. You guys can text lightly like, "Oh yeah, just going to class right now. Good morning, cool. I'm going to class. Bye. Have this event. Cool." Do quick little updates and text like that. If you see something funny, send them a TikTok, but you don't want to overdo it. And that way you guys have nothing to talk about on FaceTime. Let the relationship get a little air. Let them have experiences and have things happen so that you can each be excited to tell each other these things. It's more fun to tell each other things over FaceTime when you can really see their expressions. It makes it more personal. Whereas if you text them everything exciting and new, it's going to feel less personal and more like you're just talking to a wall, not really your partner. And last but not least, my best advice is for long distance, you have to still have sex. So when you're in long distance, you guys know you each got these needs that need to be fulfilled. They want to wank their meat and you want to flick the bean, okay? Send each other some spicy photos or do a FaceTime call where you guys kind of watch each other, do some dirty talk. I have so many episodes talking about dirty talk and spicy texting on my podcast and on my TikTok. Learn and figure out how to feel comfortable and find out what works for you to make you guys feel more comfortable. It will really help your relationship to have good communication skills and have good intimacy even virtually. You can make it work. They have remote controlled vibrators that they can control from their end. So he can control the vibrator. You can have some fun things where he kind of jerks off and you tell him what to do, give him some jerk off instructions like go faster, go slower, go up or down. But you can make it super exciting and really have some fun intimacy even virtually. Because honestly, I feel like that's the biggest thing. If you guys can figure out how to have good phone pound town, you will be much better prepared and have a healthy long distance relationship. Next question. Hi, I want to give my man brain, but I always feel like I can't physically go as fast as he would like. Sometimes I just have to finish it with a handy. How do I go quicker? If you want to go faster while giving a man brain, you need to do a good combo of hands and mouth at the same time and separately. That way you're always keeping the same tempo even if you're switching. So if you have both hands on it without your mouth, you're going at this consistent pace. You can then add your mouth, or you can take off your hands and just be using your mouth, but you're never losing the tempo. Keeping tempo will keep them going. If you keep mixing up your tempo, you're going to kind of pause and jolt him where then he loses it. And that's why he's not getting there as quickly. That's usually why guys say that I'm so good at giving brain is because I keep the tempo going. No matter what I'm doing, if I'm switching my hands to my mouth back and forth, I keep the same tempo. Really make sure you build it up and don't just go straight to giving brain. That way he's fully ready and engaged before you even started. Teasing him will help make sure that he's already ready. If your man really wants you to be like sonic speed, you literally just put your mouth at the tip. At the same time, have your hand go really fast up and down. So your mouth is at the tip, but your hand is mainly doing the work. Your mouth is kind of just sitting there, like locked over it. Usually he'll tell you like, oh, I'm about to finish. And then you can just at last minute keep that speed going. And then when he's finishing, push it as far back down your throat so you don't have to taste if he does finish in your mouth. Next question. I'm going to hang out with this guy, but I'm really nervous because I know we're going to do a little bit of smooching, but I don't want to mess it up. Where do I put my hands when I'm smooching a guy? I'm afraid I won't be able to move and I'm too scared to do anything. The chest is always nice. When you're smooching, you put your hands like this, kind of one on their shoulder and kind of one just like feeling down their front side while you guys are smooching. And you're kind of like, I literally am closing my eyes to feel it out. Because it's just like instinct. A really good place is always the hair because men like a little, control and domination, just like women. You can grab the back of his hair, dig your hands in, but also pull him back a little bit to control the kiss if you want. Not too rough where it's going to hurt, but dig your nails a little into his scalp, pushing him forward like you want his face on your face. It's really hot though because the guy's like, damn, she wants me. Or you can pull it back and ease it up a little bit. Another place to put your hand is on the biceps. Men like it. It feels nice. Like, damn, she's feeling up my muscles. I'll have one hand on his shoulder or back of the neck and then feel up one of his biceps while you're smooching, kind of grabbing it, give it a little squeeze while you guys are smooching. And the other hand's kind of chilling on the shoulder. Another top tier place is the waist. The waist is the best place to grab when you're smooching a man. From the back side, on the back of the waist, push him towards you, thrusting his hips a little bit closer to yours. You can push his whole body against your body. It feels super hot. He's like, damn, she's grabbing me. Now, if you're at the front of the waistband, I like to do one hand on the chest or shoulder. My other hand is at his waistband. You can also pull him closer, holding him tighter towards you, grabbing him by his waistband if he's wearing boxers, jeans, whatever. Pull his waistband towards you. And if you're feeling a little extra freaky during your smooch, put your hand halfway down his waistband in the front, kind of like, pulling at it, teasing at his boxers. It's like kind of naughty, like, oop, I'm teasing down there, but you're not going all the way in, just barely your fingertips slipping into his waistband and feeling his lower stomach area. It will give him butterflies. It is so hot. I hope that helps you feel a little bit more comfortable what you should do with your hands during the smooch. That wraps up this episode of Girl Core. If you want to listen more, you can catch my individual episodes on Hero, which are all linked down below, where I do separate episodes like tips on kinks, fingering, or blowjobs. But if not, I will catch you next Sunday for another episode of Girl Core.